because your whole life does change as you go through your life's journey. You know, wherever you go, you always bring yourself along with you. And part of the problem is we have to shed the old to attain the new. The attainment of spirit is a desire. I used to say that it was a love of the soul for the spirit. It was the love of the soul that drove it on. And then you gained more enlightenment, not perfect enlightenment, because you can't in this world. You know, the world is tainted to an extent, but it drew you much, much closer. And so your life's journey was really a preparation for what went on afterwards. And of course, in this society we have today, they've crushed all hope of that. They made us think of the purely material, and the science and the scientists, basically, and the experts have taken over the natural religions, you might say, and now we have a scientific elite religion with its own destination, which is the so-called great work of masonry, which is to complete that which they say was less than perfect. And that's the world and everything in it, including us ourselves.
So in other words, that when Creator created, he didn't do it good enough?
Not for these guys, no.
Not for these guys.
And you see, once you step out of Eden, which is paradise, in other words, it's nature. Once you step out and you start making tools and so-called improvements, you're on the road to science. And science is a one-way street towards oblivion, ultimately. Because you cannot have science coexisting with free will eventually.
I think you should expand on that, because that sounds like a pretty generic statement, and I'm not understanding it.
Yeah, well, the ancients, scientists, or you can call them priests if you want, from for example, is Babylon. And they had a lot of knowledge of the scientific world, basically, couched in religious terminology. But they also said that they would, through understanding nature, meaning breaking nature down to its primary components, and then by manipulating it, they could recreate man and make him better. You see? And that's never changed. That goal has never changed. And that's why we're on a one-way street towards massive genetic manipulation, where the elite will have physical immortality. That's what they're after. And the rest will be purpose-made clones, basically. And this is documented stuff. It's not guesswork. I mean, there's many scientific papers out right now about all of this. So there's a goal, and it's all being done through science and the manipulation of matter.
When you come, start from the beginning, and when you said, when we left Eden, and we began to make tools.
Yeah.
Well, I tried to picture myself trying to garden without a spade or You understand what I'm saying? But basically in Eden, then what would have been paradise, we didn't have to garden because it was all there?
Yeah, I mean, Eden is an allegory.
Okay, thank you.
You see, it's an allegory for perfect nature. But man himself is not satisfied with it. And once you start on the road of discovery or science and breaking down the secrets of nature, you are on a one-way street to an elite eventually dominating everybody on the planet and changing life itself, which is all on the books. They do want to make purpose-made types of humans to serve this elite in the very near future.
They want what?
Purpose-made clones, basically, to serve this elite in the very near future. And it's well documented in all the scientific journals.
Think that was done in the past?
I think so. It's no coincidence that we have... we know, for instance, that the inoculation program was never given to help people. It was given literally to lobotomize the public as we went through massive transitions, and it kept us placid and pretty stupid all through these transitions. a dumbed-down society is easy to manipulate.